Hey everyone, so today I thought I'd make my own yogurt, and you need yogurt with cultures in it. So take yourself down to the supermarket, get yourself just a pot of yogurt that's got the cultures in it, whether it's acidophilus, bifidus, it's got to have cultures in it. Greek yogurt's really good for that. Off you go. So in making yogurt, the recipe that I'm following actually calls for 3 litres of milk. But I don't want to waste 3 litres of milk in case it turns out to be solid turpentine. So I've brought it down to a 1 litre recipe. And it's basically just 4 cups. And you bring that to the boil. And bringing something to the boil is about as exciting as watching paint dry. So you can see it start to waver. It's almost about to boil. I don't want to scald the milk. So just as it's beginning to boil, I'm going to add just under 1/4 of a teaspoon of sugar, and then I'm going to ladle it for a minute. I don't want it sticking to the bottom. I don't want it getting to the point where I'm actually burning the milk or scalding it, as some people refer to it as. And I have to do this for a minute. It needs to actually boil for a minute. Now, I didn't use anything in particular. I didn't use pasteurised milk. I didn't use organic milk. This milk is in fact homogenised and pasteurised, so we'll see how well it works. And I may have actually formed a skin on the bottom, which is what you can see as those yellow floating bits. And I can actually feel it was a bit stiff on the bottom when I started to stir it. So I might strain it before I put it into the container. So we've had a minute. We'll turn it off and we'll strain off. Strain off the bits we don't want. So then all I want to do for now is transfer it into a container and make sure the container's got a lid. And I'm going to strain this lot because I don't want the sediment going in. Now this needs to cool down till it's about 40 degrees. At the moment it's hovering about 80. Now, we didn't have these thermometers when I was growing up. We just used to use our little pinky, and if you could hold your pinky in it for a couple of seconds before you needed to take it out, that was the right temperature. So now it's at temperature. It's a bit over 42 degrees. So now we take our yoghurt. The yoghurt has to be at room temperature. If it's straight out of the fridge, the cultures are going to be too warm and it's not going to activate. So the original recipe for 3 litres of milk calls for 3 to 4 tablespoons of yoghurt. So I'm going to add 1 and a bit. And I'm going to add some of the milk. Just so that when I pour it in, there's an even consistency throughout. Then I'm just going to pour it in. And I'm just going to give it a very gentle stir. I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to wrap it up. This stops it from cooling down too quickly. And it also stops anything that's in the surrounding environment making its way into your pot. And you leave it there 8 to 9 hours or overnight. Then you refrigerate for 3 to 4 hours and it's ready to eat. Okay, so the yogurt's been sitting out overnight, and what the recipe calls for is to uncover it and chill it down. I just want to have a bit of a sneak peek. That looks awesome. Yeah, it's certainly set. So I'm going to pop it in the fridge. Without dropping it because it's a big container. So I'm going to pop it in the fridge. It says to chill it down for 3 or 4 hours and then we can dig in. So I've got my coffee. I don't know whether coffee and yogurt go hand in hand, but it's been in the fridge for a few hours. So I thought I would see what it's like. Oh, sorry, that was a bit shaky. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so yogurt. And I've got some fruit. It was just frozen fruit that I've defrosted. And I thought I might mix that in with the yogurt and see what it tastes like. Alright, so a bowl. So I should have had all this ready. This is very bad planning. Alright. Here we go. Piece de resistance. Oh, that looks sensational. I'm actually a bit excited. Never made yogurt before. So let's have a little taste. I've got the yogurt. That is divine. That tastes almost like the original yogurt tub that I bought. It's perhaps a little bit creamier, maybe a little bit tangier, but this is divine. I'm going to mix some fruit in with it and sit down and pick out. And it's so nice. I'm actually going to have extra. This is going to be my lunch. And now we add the fruit. Alright, so I'm just going to add the fruit. This is one of the bowls I made in pottery class. Divine. So I'm going to try a bit with the fruit. I did say divine before. Oh my goodness me. I don't think I'm ever buying store-bought yogurt again. This is sensational. So go and check out the channel. I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. I'll put a link across the bottom of the screen and I'll put the link in the description and you can go and check it out for yourself, or if you just follow what I did, you'll have free yogurt for the rest of your life.